Turkey time, T-minus 2 days. So if you're planning on cooking your turkey using one of these fryers, you don't want to go anywhere. We're going to teach you the safe way and the not safe way to fry a turkey coming up next.
Yeah, well, 2 more days till Thanksgiving feast time, but it's a time to be thankful for everything you have.
And today we're very thankful for Miss Lindsay Boat. She's teaching us how to be safe this Thanksgiving while cooking our turkey.
I'm just glad she has a fire hydrant right behind her.
Yeah, a big red one right there.
Yes, well, it is raining outside, too, like you said, so we moved everything inside, and we're going to be doing some really cool things this morning, like exploding a turkey. Who doesn't want to do that?
Exactly. Who doesn't want to explode
Great balls of fire.
Yes, exactly. But right now I'm joined by firefighter Mike Dade. We have a turkey fryer in there, and it's already starting to go. What's the temperature that you want to set that oil at when you're
when you're doing it right? You want to cook the turkey at about 325 degrees. Anywhere between 325 and 375 degrees is going to be your ideal temperature. But again, we want to stress that we're only doing this inside because of the rain. But again, on Thanksgiving, rain and snow are very real issues that people have to deal with, and that's why since about 2005, house fires are most popular on Thanksgiving, and it's largely attributed to the popularity of turkey fryers.
Now, of course, we're not doing things right today. We're going to do the wrong way, of course. And what is that set at? Is that still set at a good oil temperature, or
well,
have we
it's getting as you can see there. It's getting up to temperature. By the second segment, we'll have it up to the proper temperature we want it up to. But yeah, we're shooting for about 375 because again, we're stressing how to do this wrong, and you know, just for people that aren't sure, people's first time, you can always get online. You know, there's all kinds of websites that will give proper instructions, cooking temperatures, thawing procedures, and that kind of thing. But preparation is the thing that's going to keep you safest when it comes to frying turkeys. So.
What's the one mistake that people make? I mean, I'm sure they make a lot of mistakes, but what's the biggest mistake that people make when they're frying these turkeys?
I think the biggest mistake is not properly thawing the turkey out. I think the second biggest mistake is probably not measuring the oil properly. For a certain size turkey, you know, you got to have a certain amount of oil, otherwise it's going to boil over. One nice trick that people can use is when you have your turkey, before you actually put the oil in and heat it up, you can fill that pot up with water and kind of measure with water before you actually use the grease, and that way you don't have to guess.
All right, sounds good. And of course, we're going to be exploding the turkey. Like I said, that's going to be coming up here in a little bit, so you don't want to miss that.
Thanks, Lindsay and Chef Dade. Future Chef Dade here as we explode a turkey. All right, very serious situation, though, so we want to stay tuned and see how not to cook your turkey. Just do what I do. Go to someone's house and eat their turkey.
I went to Sprouts on Sunday. I started early this year.
Eat someone else's turkey.
They cooked it for me.
Here is Tegan now with our farm forecast. Thanksgiving is 2 days away, and the day for house fires is actually Thanksgiving. The most house fires.
Yep. Yes, isn't that crazy? There's a lot of cooking that goes on and a lot of improper cooking that goes on, so it's no wonder that this is the biggest day for house fires. But hopefully there are not a lot this year. I'm joined by firefighter Mike Dade. In the background we have our Turkey Tim, as we're calling him, and he's going to be dropped here. Yeah, he's going to be dropped here. What's going to happen when this goes off? Well,
first of all, just so people know, some of the things we got going wrong here is, I can't stress enough, we would never do this inside. You don't want to do this inside. We have a burn room. We got a lot of safety precautions, you know, that we got set up here. But we didn't thaw the turkey out. We got far too much oil in there. And again, we're inside of a building. So what's going to happen is you're going to see that water and oil just don't mix.
Okay, so should we back up a little bit? How close should he get?
Yeah, I think
okay.
he's fine.
All right, let's go ahead and drop that turkey. Here we go.
This is it? Oh, here we go. We have a countdown. I'm nervous. Woo!
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
So that completely overflows, and then well, usually the oil, it doesn't look like there was enough oil in that can right there. Otherwise, there would have been perhaps a bigger.
If there was more oil, you'd have saw bigger flames and that kind of thing. Because again, once that oil boils over, it'll come in contact with that fire. So not only is the water and the grease not compatible, but the grease is actually a flammable liquid, and that's how some people get those fires started. And a lot of times, if you're not thinking properly, you might go grab a garden hose or something like that to put it out. You definitely want to have a fire extinguisher or something of that nature on hand to to take care of the fire if you have one.
So the biggest lesson here, water and oil do not mix.
Yeah, exactly. And again, you know, you're going to have, if somebody actually gets burned, you're going to have different thermal burns, you know, not only, liquid burns and different things of that nature. So you can have very, very complex burns when it comes to something like this. Not to mention, you know, burning your house down if you do this inside.
Well, and don't forget too, Lindsay, that if you burn on a deck outside or a piece of cardboard, that those flames are that's just going to kindle the flames.
And for somebody with a grease fire at home, they're not supposed to pour water on that either. Is flour a better substitute if you don't have an extinguisher readily available?
Right. What you should have an extinguisher in your home, and it should be up to date as well. Those are just some safety precautions here. But we're going to take a look at that turkey. He's probably not doing so well. We're going to take a look at him coming up later on in the show.
All right.
Well, we didn't quite have a turkey explosion, but we did have a lot of oil boiling over that pot. You can see it's still kind of bubbling back there, and all of the oil still on the ground. That's really dangerous as well. We're going to explain why coming up next.
Chicken Fried, Zach Brown Band waking us up with a live look at Hamburg, Germany.
Hamburg. But we're talking a lot of meat this morning.
Yes, we didn't quite fry a chicken. We exploded a turkey, or tried to. There is a right way to fry a turkey and a right way, though, Lindsay Boach.
Yeah. Of course, we did the wrong way. The turkey was completely frozen.
On purpose.
It boiled over because oil and water do not mix. So if you're going to fry a turkey, there are some safer ways to do it. I will stress safer. You can also bake your turkey if you would like to, or grill it. There's many different ways to cook your turkey this Thanksgiving. We happen to try and fry it here. And now I'm joined by firefighter Mike Dade. Explain a little bit about what we tried to do here.
Well, what we tried to do was basically show the dangers and the hazards of the turkey fryer. Again, there's no safe way really to fry a turkey. We didn't get the visual, entertaining YouTube explosion that we thought we might get, but what we had was a very realistic splatter, and a lot of times that's what's going to be most dangerous to people themselves, is those splatter burns and that kind of thing. Since that turkey was not completely thawed out, and that grease is as hot as it is, again, we're looking at about 375 degrees. There's still a potential for boil over. So you definitely don't want to leave this thing unattended. A lot of people time them, put them in there, and around the holidays you got people coming over. You're cooking more than just a turkey. People get to multitasking, and it's just a very, very dangerous thing. So you never want to leave them unattended. And
if the oil gets too hot, don't ever pour cold water into it.
No, we've heard about people pouring cool water into it, putting ice cubes into it to cool it down, and again, water and oil are not compatible. So again, you're still going to have that potential for boil over and subsequent splatter injuries. So
and now there's a lot of oil on the ground too, and that can make for a dangerous situation.
Yeah, it could be slippery. The thing is, these turkey fryers are very top heavy. Again, 4 gallons of oil is plenty, but it makes that pot on top very very unstable. And again, if you're working around that thing, if you're trying to check on it or whatever case might be, if it's not in a safe place, that oil on the ground is still flammable, but it's also very slippery. So again, just a lot of different things that can go wrong when it comes to frying a turkey. No safe way to do it.
And now, can we lift the turkey up and see how it's doing in there? Mark, you want to get that?
Lindsay, why Mark is doing that? Can I ask why the propane tank is covered in foil? Was that for safety reasons, or?
So you can tell.
Why it's covered in? Why it's covered in what?
In tin foil.
Oh, it's so the propane tank doesn't explode.
Okay, so that's.
I'm assuming is why it's covered in tin foil.
Yeah, that was just to protect the hose from the flames that we didn't really necessarily get, but we just wanted to protect the hose a little bit.
It looks good. It looks nice and browned. Of course, it's not done yet, but the inside's probably still thawing, and that water can, of course, seep to the bottom, and that can boil, causing some more over spillage of the turkey fryer. So thank you very much for this demonstration. Please be careful if you plan on frying a turkey. Please be very, very safe and read all of the instructions so that they don't have to come to your house Thanksgiving.
Right. So you want guests in your house. You don't want the fire department necessarily coming to your house.
Exactly.
Unless you plan on feeding a lot of people that day.
Right. They're out busy delivering Meals on Wheels to other folks. They're busy. They don't want to come to your house to put out a fire.